Hello, hello, and welcome back. This is part three of the Alien Triangle series, Death Valley Armagosa. And this is me at the library with some new friends I met, but we're going to get into that later on. And that's the museum. And that's our new friends, Dave and Nicole's house, which was our jumping point once we left Indian Springs. One morning, and we ended up in Armagosa right here at the rest stop. This is where we set up camp that night you just saw. This is the campsite, pretty much just a rest stop on the corner of the 95 and the 373 heading towards Amargosa, the town, and Death Valley Junction, California. That's the RV park where we stayed the second night, and I ended up staying here because I saw a sign that advertised showers and laundry services. So I need to do all that, and that's the camp right there. That's my bike just mobbing around town taking pictures. This was the beautiful, luxurious bathroom. Got kind of spooked, so I had to like look under the door because the door was closed. Make sure no one's standing on the toilet. Seen too many fucking crazy movies. So we took a nice hot shower here, which was like a beautiful luxury. We haven't had a hot shower in a long time. Got to wash my hair. Starting to get dreads. I don't like dreads. And doing some light exploring. That's the boy right there. It's already nighttime at this point. It's like midnight, something like that. But the plan was to stay here overnight and we were going to get going the very next day. But some things happened. I ended up meeting somebody here. They ended up becoming a subscriber and actually like a new friend, I guess. And she ended up donating a week of room and board at this RV park. That's the 76 gas station right on the corner. They also have a Punjabi dhaba, Indian food restaurant inside. You just saw me eating my breakfast of aloo paratha and some yogurt. Fire for sure. I recommend if you ever go here to this Amargosa Junction to the Alien 51 uh, visitor center right next door. The food there sucks. Don't go there. Go to the 76. Cheaper, way better food. Fire, bro. If you don't like Indian food, it don't matter. Just go eat it. You don't like it. Don't worry about it. You'll be alright. This is the biryani we took home. Some lamb biryani. They kind of skipped me up on the lamb, but it was fine. It was pretty good though. It was fire. That's the restaurant inside. That's the very next day where we had breakfast. I had a breakfast burrito that day though. I haven't seen any of these guys out yet. Thank God. I think it's too cold for them. And this place is always jumping. It's always popping with tons of Indians, and they don't live around here anywhere or around that area. So, I, it, I knew it had to be fire before I even ate there. Just when I saw the atmosphere, but the food is good though. It was very good. That is the chicken curry. The next day, we woke up, went to go do some exploring. Had this abandoned building right across the street, next door to the Alien 51 Visitor Center. Had some nice, cool graffiti, some nice art. And then right after this, we headed down the road to the actual town of Amargosa, but we didn't really do too much exploring. We ended up just going to a Mexican restaurant down the way, El Valle, and just did some light exploring and some riding around just to get conditioned for the ride. Considering that new subscriber did donate a whole week, she asked me to keep her what's it called anonymous, so I'm not going to mention her name. But she is a new subscriber and a new friend. Thank you. So this is El Valle. We got some chilaquiles, nothing too special, just your average chilaquiles. Nothing to write home about. They're okay. Then we ended up hitting the road, going down the way to actually Death Valley Junction real quick, just to like do a ride since we were already at Aramagosa Junction for like a week. Screw it, we did some exploring. So we went to Death Valley Junction. I didn't really take any videos or pictures this day of the Amargosa Opera House. But the very next morning, we woke up in our camp with like a bunch of loud noises going on outside. I went to go do some exploring because I heard choppers and all that. And I guess it was a bunch of redneckery going on, you know? Bunch of races, off-road races. Uh, I'm not sure if it was like dirt bikes or ATVs or buggies. It was a bunch of different vehicles, so they must have like a bunch of different leagues or something. And this is all their pit crews. These aren't spectators. This is one of 4 pit stops on this racetrack. It goes through Pahrump and like up to Beatty and through like Crystal and a whole bunch of other stuff out in the desert. And it was pretty cool.
But there's like a couple classes. Yeah, it's pretty badass.
These are all the individual pit crews, different teams and whatnot. It's all their rigs. Then you had the big halls over at the very corner right here at the end. Boss Hog. So that was pretty cool. We ended up leaving here soon. Caught maybe just like one more little snippet of it, not too much. That building in the background actually is the building that we went into where they had all the graffiti at. That's a buggy crossing the 95. Just tearing up through the desert. It's going pretty fast. And so with this last shot of the race, we called it a night. We went to go get a early supper at the 76 gas station at the Punjabi Dhaba. I think we got some dal malka honey that night. Some lentil. It's like, I think, northern Indian lentil soup. It's fire if you like lentils, you know. Enjoy the sunset. And we pretty much called it a night that night. So here we are, loading up our setup for the morning. That way we're not doing this early in the morning. Trying to get on the road by 6 a.m. So yeah. The only thing missing is my tent and the sleeping bag I have inside, and other little stuff that I'll take on my backpack. But the sleeping bag, I figure, is gonna go up here, so it'll kind of be like a recliner, like a seat, I guess. And then the tent, I have no option but to put it up front on the handlebars. That right there is where all my food is at, and that thing poking up the top, that's the burner. So that's my stove, my propane tank, a bunch of canned food and a bunch of other food, and the stand for the cooker. I didn't have a place to put the water bottles. I don't have those cages. Didn't buy it. Like I said, I'm broke. I'm surviving on unemployment, so we're pretty much just hoboing around from state to state. But this is the setup. Hopefully we have enough water for Death Valley. So the sleeping bag will go there, tent up front. And this is what we're taking off on Monday. See you then.
The Hobos Team. Minus the tent and sleeping bag. Goodbye Amargosa, RV Park. And I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm out the looking them up the prior. Everything packed and ready for the morning.
Boom, that was us at the rest stop, and this is where we started our journey down to Death Valley Junction, to the Amargosa Opera House, and to our next campsite. Stopped here in the morning at Ruby's store to get some supplies, take a little photo op. Got the Cheetos, necessaries, and everything intact, so time to get back on the road. The next stop after Ruby's store was going to be Long Street Casino, next to the Bovine of the Desert. This is at the Nevada-California state line, where the 378 turns into the 127, I believe. Took the opportunity to take this little photo op with this little piggy. This is the front entrance to the Long Street Casino. And this is us just looking at the front lobby before we go in. And before I go in through these doors, please, YouTube, don't demonetize my video. This is not my music. I'm not playing this music. This is the casino playing the music. So please don't be a bunch of dicks and demonetize my video or block it. Thank you, please. This is the view from the back. They have a church back there, along with that man-made lake. You can camp your RV behind that. And this here is where we would soon sit down and eat our meatloaf lunch. This is a cool jukebox. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the Long Street Inn and Casino on the 373 heading to Death Valley Junction, California. I just noticed this. A couple of these clips are out of order, but this is when we went inside the restaurant and sat down to eat, which was the meatloaf with the mashed taters and some carrots. It's outside with the bovines. And then welcome to California. That was at some abandoned building over by the campsite. Well, actually, we didn't stay there, and that's the Amargosa Opera House. Didn't really do the tour. I think I'm gonna make another video for that. We were gonna stay the night, but they were asking too much, like $200 for the night. No way, Jose. This is where we actually set up camp for the night. It was like a mile up from the actual junction. It was some abandoned building out in the desert, maybe like another mile off the road. I believe it was BLM land. I'm not 100% sure, but Either way. Either way. So we stayed here one night, but our tent was getting freaking battered and bruised by the wind, you know. My tent pole's already on its last legs, and here it just totally just obliterated it. And then here's where we started having real bad derailleur problems, rear derailleur problems, due to that psycho tweakers we met and we ran into over in Crystal. They hit me with a vehicle, so it messed my gear system all up. But you can just hear the wind. It's just crazy. So needless to say, I was having a pretty rough night. And the next morning wasn't the greatest either, as you'll see. And this is said morning. So the morning wasn't bad as far as the riding went, I guess. We did have a decent tailwind. We had that going. So we're having a hard time going this morning. I was just so cringe. Don't judge, I was having a rough morning.
Feels like every time something goes good, like 5 things go bad. No help, you know. It's just me out here. So I got no one to call on, bro. It's just having a rough morning, man. Having a kind of battling with this hill right now. It's just a small little hill, but we're just having a hard morning, man. So hopefully it gets better. Just get it going though.
We gonna let the band deal with this.
Y'all know we had to remix the damn thing, right? So all them busters, all them niggas hating on Slip and Slide. Shut up. Funk Boogie remix. Shut up. Pop, Miss Trina, Trick Daddy.
Time for a little snack break, big dog. Yeah, we went like 5 miles having a bitch fit, so we had to stop and replenish on some snacks.
Oh shit. We're gonna get it in after this freaking hill. You can't really see it. The phone doesn't do it justice. No camera does, but yeah, man, it's been a fucking steady climb for like the last 20 fucking miles. Excuse my language, but yeah, we're getting it done, man.
So if I don't have it zip tied,
So this is just a video of a conversation I was having over the phone with the local bicycle shop in Pahrump, Velo Bazaar. Go check them out on my shorts and on my page. I shout them out. Great dudes. A lot of knowledge. They put me back on the road. Thank you.
Here we are, baby.
Appreciate it very much.
Getting
Go
in
check 'em out.
Pahrump. A little late, but better late than never. Oh my, Pahrump, how much you've grown. Supposedly there's like 40 or 50,000 people living here now. Compared to like 10, 15 years ago where it was like under 20, you know? I think under 10. Nice and peaceful out here. This is BLM.
So this is our first night here, I think. We're just like making a TikTok or an Instagram or something like that, but this is our first night. And this is just a picture of the derailleur before we went to the bike shop in the morning. This is Velo Bazaar in Pahrump. This is Steve and Shane. Great dudes. Put me back on the road. Very knowledgeable. Very awesome. Thank you both very much. But definitely go check them out if you're in Pahrump. Velo Bazaar. He has like 25 years of experience. His dad used to be a bicycle shop owner. He's rode in multiple races. He was born in Belgium. Awesome guy, man. Again, Stephen Shane, Velo Bazaar. Go check him out. Pahrump, baby. And this is the Pahrump Museum we came across after the bike shop. Alright, so this is the longest clip out of this whole video, and it's just me doing a real quick walk through the museum. Not much talking or anything really. So if this is boring to you, I might want to skip ahead a few 10 minutes if I was you. But if not, enjoy. This is the Pahrump Museum.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I didn't get to find out where you're from. So.
It's all good, brother. I'm from Las Vegas.
All right.
Yeah.
So first time to Pahrump or first time to the museum?
First time Pahrump since I was 10. Yeah. Right now I'm currently bicycle touring. I got my bicycle outside. I'm going from state to state.
Oh wow.
Southern states for now because of the weather, you know.
Wow.
So I'm trying to stay to the southern regions of the states. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Trying to go all the way to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the spiel about Pahrump. You can see some cotton down there. They used to grow thousands of acres of cotton here from the mid-1940s into the 1970s.
Really?
Yeah. And they found that the specific kind of cotton they were growing grew better if they followed a crop of alfalfa. And they still grow some alfalfa here, but not a whole lot anymore. It does take a lot of water, and of course there is water under here, but not like it used to be, because now there's
I
20
would
times
imagine.
as many people as there used to be.
I imagine most of the water's probably a little bit contaminated too, to all the drilling they're doing.
It's fairly clean. It's just basically if you get decent snow cover up here, it finds a way underneath. So you know the water that gets to bad water in Death Valley, that comes from hundreds of miles. It finds the low point and goes through all the fissures in the rocks and finds that low point. So if you've ever walked out at bad water over the salty stuff, it's kind of squishy.
Yeah.
That's water that's reached.
Huh.
And during the summer, you can feel.
Decided to start recording, and I went to go eat breakfast. I haven't ate all day at that point. And this was back at camp. Beautiful skies throughout the whole day. And this is Happy Bread, French bakery in Pahrump. Next day we went out and about, found that French bakery.
Yeah.
Only ate about half of the
Looks
pate
tasty.
sandwich, took the other half back to camp, back to my tent. Warmed it up late at night. It was kind of cold. Nothing fancy, just some cornichons, some pate, some mayonnaise, I think, or aioli. So this is pretty much my last weekend. I think I'm going to be here, maybe, most likely. Then after this, we take off towards the Shoshones. And from Shoshones to Tecopa, and from Tecopa, most likely to Searchlight and Laughlin and all that. But this footage was actually taken today, Saturday the 14th. Had to batten down the hatches because the wind got crazy. I think at this point we're up to like the mid-20s wind speed, which is nothing compared to Death Valley Junction. At Death Valley Junction, we had to be somewhere in the mid-30s because it snapped my tent pole. It was already on its last legs, you know, it had splints all through it. But the wind down there just decimated my tent pole. So I'm worried I'm gonna have to change my tent, but I can't afford that right now. Like I said, what my source of income is, so I wait about every week or so till my car gets replenished, and then I have to budget myself. So I don't think I could afford another tent. I have to make do with what I have. This is the moon as it was coming up at sundown, in between the clouds and the mountains. But we leave here soon, so I'm gonna leave y'all with some food porn. And this is me outside of my tent. Oh, actually, this is also the library from the beginning of the video. I think his name is Kevin. and this is their train club. I can't really remember his name, sorry, but this is like a model train club out of Pahrump. It's the PMRRC, Pahrump Model Railroad Club. So with that wraps up our part 3, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. This was the end of part 3 at Pahrump. Next is the Shoshones, California.